Good morning students. Welcome to my YouTube channel Mulix Academy. In a previous lecture we have discussed about the glycolysis. In today's lecture we will discuss the next cycle of carbohydrate metabolism, that is Krebs cycle or TCA. So let's TCA or tricarboxylic acid cycle. This cycle is called TCA because tricarboxylic means 3 carboxylic group are present, and this is called TCA because the first product like pyruvate will be converted to acetyl coenzyme A. Then acetyl coenzyme A condense with oxaloacetate and form citrate. This citrate is the first product and then it will be converted to isocitrate. So citrate and isocitrate both are tricarboxylic acid. That's why this cycle is also called TCA. Krebs cycle called because discovered by Hans Adolf Krebs. Citric acid cycle because first product is citrate. So these are the names: TCA, Krebs cycle or citric acid cycle. Now the site of this cycle. This cycle occurs in mitochondria or mitochondrial matrix. Now pathway is amphibolic. Amphibolic means catabolic and anabolic both. Catabolic because it degrade, it cleaved into different products, and anabolic because like oxaloacetate. Oxaloacetate will form like the intermediates like oxaloacetate. Oxaloacetate will form aspartate. Alpha ketoglutarate, it will form glutamate. And succinyl coenzyme A, it will form heme. So these are the synthetic pathway. That's why this cycle is amphibolic, catabolic and anabolic both. It occurs only in aerobic condition because oxygen is required. We will see in the next slide. It occurs in fed and fasting state. Krebs cycle can occur in well-fed state or after meal and fasting stage. It's a cycle because it begins and ends with oxaloacetate. Cycle starts with oxaloacetate. Oxaloacetate condense with acetyl coenzyme A and form citrate. And then this cycle will do like this, and then oxaloacetate will form. So this is the cycle because it begins and ends with oxaloacetate. Now the next, TCA is the final common oxidative pathway for carbohydrates, fats and amino acid. What does this mean? Like this is the stage first of metabolism. In this stage, like we are taking carbohydrates in a polysaccharide form. So there will be a metabolism or digestion, and after which polysaccharide will be converted to monosaccharide. This is the stage 2. Lipids will be converted to fatty acids and glycerol. Proteins will be converted to amino acids. These are the simpler form. By the digestion, we can convert the complex molecule into simple molecule. So polysaccharide will be converted to monosaccharide, lipids, fatty acid and glycerol, and then protein will be converted to amino acid. And these all monosaccharide, fatty acids, amino acid will be converted to acetyl coenzyme A. And this acetyl coenzyme A will go to TCA. So this is the final common oxidative pathway for carbohydrate, lipids and proteins. Central pathway which connect almost all the metabolic pathway. This is the stage 3. In stage 3, TCA will occur, CO2 will be eliminated and NADH and FADH2 will go to ETC. ETC is electron transport chain and ATP will form. And for this pathway, half of oxygen will be converted to H2O. Oxygen is required, that's why this pathway occurs in aerobic condition only. So this is about the general features of TCA. Now the cycle. Pyruvate will be converted to acetyl coenzyme A in the presence of pyruvate dehydrogenase. pyruvate dehydrogenase enzyme. PDH enzyme, also called PDH complex, and this complex require 5 cofactors. First is TPP. TPP is thymine pyrophosphate, active form of vitamin B1. Then lipoamide, then FAD, then coenzyme A, and then NAD. So these are the 5 cofactors or required by the PDH. NAD will be converted to NADH and H positive, and CO2 will eliminate. Pyruvate is 3 carbon compound and acetyl coenzyme A will be 2 carbon compound. Okay, so pyruvate will be converted to acetyl coenzyme A by the PDH enzyme, PDH complex. PDH complexes require 5 cofactor or 5 coenzyme. First is TPP, then lipoamide, then FAD, then coenzyme A and NAD. Now acetyl coenzyme is 2 carbon compound and oxaloacetate is 4 carbon compound. Oxaloacetate will condense with acetyl coenzyme A in the presence of citrate synthase and will form citrate. This is 6 carbon compound, 2 from acetyl coenzyme A and 4 from oxaloacetate, and citrate will form. This reaction will occur in the presence of citrate synthase enzyme. Now citrate will be converted to isocitrate in the presence of aconitase enzyme, and in this process water will eliminate. Okay, this reaction will occur in the presence of aconitase enzyme. Then isocitrate will form, and this isocitrate in the presence of isocitrate dehydrogenase. And I have already told you that whenever there is dehydrogenase enzyme, there is a conversion of NAD or FAD. So here NAD positive will be converted to NADH and HIN. So isocitrate in presence of isocitrate dehydrogenase will be converted to oxalosuccinate. This is also a 6 carbon compound. This is also a 6 carbon compound, oxalosuccinate. Now again enzyme will work isocitrate dehydrogenase. Again dehydrogenase enzyme. This is the same enzyme, isocitrate dehydrogenase will act, and there is a elimination of CO2. Carbon dioxide will eliminate. So one carbon molecule will be eliminated. So alpha ketoglutarate is 5 carbon compound. So now there is a formation of alpha ketoglutarate. Now this alpha ketoglutarate will be converted to succinyl coenzyme A, that is 4 carbon compound. So CO2 molecule will removed, and enzyme will be alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, and dehydrogenase, so there is a conversion of NAD. So NAD will be converted to NADH and HIN positive. So alpha ketoglutarate will be converted to succinyl coenzyme A, then succinyl coenzyme A in the presence of succinate thiokinase. In the presence of succinate thiokinase will be converted to succinate, and this is a substrate level phosphorylation. We have already discussed in glycolysis that what is substrate level phosphorylation. Substrate level phosphorylation is that in which there is no requirement of ETC. The phosphate, the molecule, high energy molecule compound will give one phosphate to ADP or GDP and will be converted to a high energy compound, like GDP will be converted to GTP, and coenzyme A will be removed. Now this succinate in presence of succinate dehydrogenase enzyme converted to fumarate. dehydrogenase enzyme, so there is a conversion of FAD to FADH2. Succinate dehydrogenase will convert succinate to fumarate, then fumarate will be degraded by fumarase enzyme. Water molecule will eliminate and this fumarate will be converted to malate. Now again, malate in presence of malate dehydrogenase enzyme will be converted to oxaloacetate. Again, this is 4-carbon compound. Dehydrogenase, so NAD, conversion of NAD to NADH and H ion. And this oxaloacetate again condense with acetyl coenzyme A and form citrate. This is about the TCA or Krebs cycle. So again I am repeating again. Like pyruvate will be converted to acetyl coenzyme A in the presence of PDH, pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. This pyruvate dehydrogenase require 5 cofactor TPP, lipoamide, FAD, coenzyme A and NAD. Now this acetyl coenzyme A will with oxaloacetate condenses and forms citrate in the presence of citrate synthase enzyme. This citrate in presence of aconitase enzyme will convert to isocitrate. Then isocitrate will act isocitrate dehydrogenase will act on isocitrate and this will be converted to oxalosuccinate. Again same enzyme isocitrate dehydrogenase will convert oxalosuccinate to alpha ketoglutarate and one CO2 molecule will eliminate. So alpha ketoglutarate is 5-carbon compound. Then this alpha ketoglutarate in presence of alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase enzyme will be converted to succinyl coenzyme A, that is 4-carbon compound. Then succinate thiokinase will act and it will be converted to succinate. Then succinate dehydrogenase FAD-FADH2 it will be converted to fumarate. Then fumarase will cleave it and convert it to malate, and then malate in the presence of malate dehydrogenase it will be converted to oxaloacetate and oxaloacetate again condense with acetyl coenzyme A and form citrate. This is about the TCA cycle. Cycle because it starts with oxaloacetate and ends with oxaloacetate only. Now the regulation. In this cycle, there are three steps in which TCA cycle can be regulated. These three enzymes are citrate synthase, like the first step when oxaloacetate condenses with acetyl coenzyme A in presence of citrate synthase and forms citrate, then isocitrate dehydrogenase and then alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. These are the three steps which are the regulatory steps in TCA cycle. So this is about the TCA cycle. In the next lecture we will see the energetics and important points related to TCA cycle. Thank you. Thanks for watching.